Hey you guys, what's going on? It's CLE Fitness, and I figured I'd just make a video. I've gotten a few questions about how to calculate your macros when you're doing a cut or a bulk or anything like that. So I figured I'd just make a quick video about how to do that. First, we'll start out with cutting. This is assuming that you know your caloric maintenance. If you don't, I can actually make a video on it if you guys are interested in that. Just leave a comment below. But we're just gonna make this video assuming that you know your caloric maintenance for this. So we're going to start off with a cut. So as you can see right here, there's a P, that's for protein, carbs, fats. So first we're going to start with protein. Usually when you're cutting, you're going to want to have a little bit more than body weight for your protein, you know. So usually I do between 1.1 and 1.3 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So for this, we're just assuming that the person weighs 163 pounds. So we're going to do 163 times 1.2, 100 or 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So that would get us to 195. For carbs, as you can see, there's a C. We're going to figure that out at the end. Next, for fat, usually for cutting, I do between 0.35 and 0.45. So this will just go in the middle and go to 0.4. So we'll do their body weight, 163 times 0.4, so that'll get us 65. And then what you'll want to do next is protein. For every gram of protein, there is 4 calories in 1 gram of protein, 4 calories in 1 gram of carb, and then 9 calories in 1 gram of fat. So what we'll do next is we'll just multiply these numbers that we got up at the top times their appropriate number of calories in each. So as you can see right here, for protein, we'll do 195, what we got up there, times 4. That'll give us 780. For fat, what we got up there was 65, so we'll do 65 times 9 because there's 9 calories in a gram of fat. That'll give us 585. Then what we'll do is we'll add those two numbers up, and this is how we're going to get our carbs, how many grams of carbs you're supposed to eat. So as you can see, we got 1365 right there when we added those two numbers up, and then we're just going to assume you know your caloric maintenance. And down here is where it gets a little tricky. Not really tricky, but you need to know your maintenance. So as you can see right here, their maintenance is 2,700 calories. For a cut, you're going to want to do you're going to want to be in a caloric deficit of 500 calories. Usually in a cut, that's what you do if you want to lose weight pretty quickly. So what we'll do is we'll do 2,700 times 500. That'll give us 2,200 calories. That's what you're going to be eating in total during your cut. And you'll adjust that whenever you find fit. So what we'll do is we'll do as you can see right here, 2,200 minus 1365, and that'll give us 835. And with our 835, that's going to be how many carbs we're going to have. So we're going to divide that by 4, because there's 4 calories in a gram of carb. So when you divide that by 4, you get 208. So you're going to eat 208 grams of carbs, this person individually. And then down here, what you're going to do is you're just going to take these up here, these numbers, and that's going to be how many grams of protein you're going to take, how many grams of fat you're going to take, and then when you do this division down here, it's going to be how many grams of carbs. So your total for this is going to be 65 grams of fat, 208 grams of carbs, 195 grams of protein, and then your calories that you're going to eat, like I said, is going to be 2,200. Right, next we're going to do a bulk. And with a bulk, it's a little bit different depending on if you want to, gain a little bit more fat when you're bulking, or if you want to stay a little bit leaner while you're bulking. So for this, we're going to just assume that you want to stay a little bit leaner. You're going to add 250 calories to your caloric maintenance. As we showed before, it was 2,700 was your caloric maintenance, this individual person. So to stay a little bit leaner, we're going to add 250 calories to that, which is bring us to 2950. If you don't really care and you want to add a little bit of fat and gain a little bit more muscle, a little bit more, you'll add 500. But for this, we're just going to add 250, assuming they want to stay a little bit leaner. So what we're going to do up here is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to leave carbs out. We'll figure that out at the end. We're going to do protein first and then fat second. So assuming this person weighs 163 pounds, we're going to multiply that by 1. That's going to be 1 gram per pound of body weight. So that'll be 163 grams of carbs. For fat, we're going to add a little bit more fat to this, considering you're bulking and you're going to have a little bit more calories to play with this. So we'll do 163 times 0.45. I wouldn't go any higher than 0.5 on this. So we're going to do 0.45, and that'll bring us to 73 grams of fat. And then what we'll do is we'll do the same thing that we did on the other side, multiply protein, 163 times 4, and then 73 times 9 for fat, and that'll give us 652 and 657. So what we'll do is we'll add those two up, giving us 1309, so 1,309 calories. And then what we'll do is we'll come down here, and your caloric maintenance, this person's was 2950, because we added the 250 to the 2700. And then what we'll do is we will subtract 1309 from 2950 to get us the calories that we're going to get our carbs from. So then, as you can see, it's 1641, and then we're going to divide 1641 by 4, and that's going to get you 410 carbs. So for this person bulking on 2950 calories, that's going to get us to 73 grams of fat, 410 carbs, and 163 protein, and that's going to be, like I said, for 2950 calories. And just so you guys know, this can change. You can manipulate this depending on how your body kind of reacts to carbs and fats. Usually protein stays about the same, but you can manipulate your carbs, whether you have to bulk or cut on more carbs, less carbs. It's kind of just how your body reacts to it, and you'll figure that out after a while. So like I said, if you guys don't know your caloric maintenance and you want to figure that out, you can leave a comment below and I can make a future video on that. But for now, I'll just leave the video as assuming you know your caloric maintenance. But hopefully this video helped you guys. Like I said, I made one for cutting on the first side of the sheet, and this was for bulking. So hopefully this helped you guys out, and I'll see you guys at the next video. Alright, bye.